What's up, everybody? It is May. We're officially in official springtime. You know what that means. Not only do we bass fish, yes, we've done a lot of bass fishing. If you've seen the channel, we've had a great pre-spawn time fishing into the spawn. I have some videos that I gotta get put up. I just fished a big bass splash in Sam Rayburn, and I got a big bass splash in another week and a half, 2 weeks on Toledo. So those videos will be coming out soon. It's a lot of footage that I got to put together. So get tuned for those. But in the meantime, while fishing is slowing down a little bit, as we get into the summertime, nighttime deal for me, it's time to get in the deer woods. So we're gonna go. We got some adjustment to do on one of our properties. I gotta kind of find where I want to move around to. Another person got permission on the piece that we're on to fish some small little ponds that are on that property. So that's close to where I was hunting. So I need to find another spot off the beaten path, away from those ponds. So when he goes in there to fish, he doesn't scare my deer off or interrupt my hunts. So we're gonna go to the other side of the property. I've been over there, I've walked around it, but I've never walked it to like set up a permanent hunting area on it. So that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna get out in the woods, we're gonna go check it out, we're gonna put feet on the ground, look for any kind of fresh spring sign as far as where deer are moving through, trails, etc., etc. Get ready to start feeding, because this is the month where we start putting feed out, and we're gonna start corning them, mineraling them, getting them ready to go, and watching them grow, baby. We'll get the cameras put out here in the next couple weeks once we kind of figure out what we're gonna do with stuff, what we gotta clean up. I got the machete with me. So it's just gonna be a fun time. It always seems like it takes so long to get to deer season, but we gotta put the work in if we wanna get it. I'm excited to see if Whiskey's still around, if he made it through late season. I think he did, but both neighbor properties hunt, so if he roamed off, he could have easily got shot or hit by a car or something. So I'm excited to see if he comes back, if he's alive, and get the cameras up. That's really when I get excited, when the cameras go up. So stay tuned. Appreciate y'all for watching. Let's go get in the woods. Alright, here's the tree that I found. I found 3 spots that were ideal for this area, for the wind and everything else. I can't get too far in the woods because I'm on the northern end of the property, and as you know, fall and winter north winds, it's gonna carry all the way down south of the property. So I needed to stay on the east side of the property, so when a north wind comes, it's pushing down the line, property line, which behind me is the highway. So if it pushes down the property line, it's fine. They're not coming from there, they're coming from the west. So if I get too deep and I got a south wind, the property goes down 70, 80 acres that way. If I get too deep in, my wind's gonna cover throughout all the forest where they could be bedding and being at. So I'm close to the property line and the road, but for early season, I got this lane. I just got done chopping some stuff, clearing out with a machete. I don't have any stuff, but I cleared out this lane to where I'll put my feeder and my corn right here, and it's gonna be right at about 30 yards. I didn't bring my rangefinder, but I'll double tap it if I gotta extend it later on. I'll bring my rangefinder next time, but 30 yards straight shot. I'm gonna take out some of these 2 little trees next to open it up over here, so I can, I'm left-handed, so if I need to make better shots as they're coming in, that's what I have to do. So we working, we getting the stuff done. It's gonna be a lot of work. Today I should be able to get all of the area that I want to get baited cleared out, and make sure so that way next weekend I can come start putting up cameras. I'm gonna try to annotate some places for cameras today. So of course I'll have one on the feed. I'll have one from one direction, seeing which way they're coming and going, one from another direction, seeing which way they're coming and going. So I'll run 3 cameras in this spot alone. I just got to find where that's going to be, but that way I can start putting feed out to the, next weekend. And then my next tasking will be to make me a trail from where I come into the woods at to my tree. So obviously I'm gonna have to keep cleaning it throughout the summer and fall, but get some of the big trees out the way. Make sure I have a clear, concise path to get to my tree here. At least for early season, this is where I'm gonna be. This is the, I mean, I just walked for 45 minutes in this part of the property, and it's just so thick. There's nowhere else to set up for a bow. So it has to be somewhere where it's open. It also has to make sense for the wind and how the property lays out. Because just to the north of me, there is a construction company that parks their trucks over there, which they've been there for years, so the deer are used to it. But I don't want to get too close to it because then, you know, right now it's like 200 yards away, so it's fine. But if I got it right up on the property line for the edge, it might be an issue. So also down there, it starts going down into a bottom, and I don't want to be on the bottom side because then, you know, as the deer come from this direction, I'm up high, I'm eye level with them without having to get 40 feet in the tree, which I'm not doing. So I'm up on top of the ridge now, and there's a bottom on that side and there's a little bottom on that side, and that's where they're going to come up out of. And then on the other side is where they bed, where it gets real thick on the other side of the creek. That's where they bed. There's absolutely no place to hunt over there. Now during the rut, I am going to hunt the creek, but early season I want them coming to me with corn. So I'm gonna feed them, I'm a mineral bait them, you know, get them minerals and stuff, protein. So it all starts now. So we gotta get some more work done. I'll holler at you in a little bit. All right, so here's where we're gonna put the blind. Put the blind up here. I've already started grabbing some wood and kind of edging it in. I chopped that tree down, cleared this lane right here to the bait. So we'll put the blind right here. My tree's right there that I'm gonna be in. But when I bring my boys and stuff, they don't get in the tree yet. They're still too young. So we'll put a blind right here. And then this is the lane for them to shoot the crossbow. They got a nice open lane, about 24 yards, give or take. And this is where the feed's gonna go right here. So they have a trail coming in this way, a trail coming in this way, right here. I mean, you can see they've walked right here a little bit, and then there's a trail coming in on this side. So there's 4 different accesses to the food based on the wind that they like. Like I said earlier in the video, I stuck to that edge of the property because north is this way, right? So a north wind blowing south, I don't want them, if I'm too deep in the property behind me to the west, then it's gonna blow all through the whole property and they're not even gonna come in. But if I stay to the east, then that north or south wind early season, as it's still blowing south winds, will stay along that property boundary, and I'm not worried about them not coming in, you know what I mean? So they still have room to circle around and come in from wind in to come into the feed. They have tons of room that way, tons of room that way. So, and there's still 200 yards of woods, at least maybe 300 yards of wood that way, to where when they come in, they can swing around, come in from downwind, or from downwind to come into the corn. So we'll see how she goes. And then as they start getting into their rut time and they're not worried about food as much, then we'll start trickling down, hunting in the bottom, trying to find rut funnels and stuff that we'll scout this summer, and figure it out where they're coming to and from. And cause I know they bed on the other side of the creek because it's so thick. This side's thick. I mean, as you can see behind me, it's pretty thick, but it's not nowhere near as thick as the other side. So, and I found a couple spots last year that I want to try to get in during the rut. Along the creek. It's pretty nice. I was scouting and there was some deer. There was some deer that I bumped off in that area, so I think that might be a good area to explore as well, more during the rut time. So, day 1 of spring deer camp established, right? We did a lot of work. We cut down trees that need to get chopped down to make our shooting lanes. We found our tree, found where we're gonna feed, made it where we had access to the deer that had access to the feed without having them come in from any direct, angle. Got some walled off stuff or whatever. Got a spot for the blind where the blind's gonna go. Got everything marked on Onyx. And next weekend, we will be out here dropping feed, putting cameras up with the feed. We're gonna put the blind out, so that way the blind gets used to they get used to the blind being here. Get it all blinded in, blended in real well. Put the feed out, put a mineral block down, and get a camera up and see what deer made it through the season last year. And hopefully Whiskey's back and he returns. I didn't see Bullwinkle at all last year, so I think he's dead. Somebody probably got him. But you never know. I've heard stories of people that have gone a year or two without seeing a deer, and then it comes back. So you never know. But I appreciate y'all for watching. It's gonna be a short video today. Next video, hopefully we get a little bit more work done. Mostly what we're gonna be working on in the next video, like I said, is putting the blind up, getting the feed out, cameras out. And then every week after that, we're gonna start cutting our trail in so it's quiet access and not as loud. Get some of these dead sticks out the way that all these storms knocked out all this dead wood. Clean up a trail so we can slip in and out real quiet and hopefully kill some monster buck this year. Hey, I appreciate y'all for watching VooDoo Outdoors. Join the VooDoo tribe, hit that subscribe button, and I will holla at you next time. Peace.